Welcome to Field Notes. We are so happy to be with you all today, dreary, rainy afternoon, for the first time in 4 years. Now, I'm not saying that last year's fun and absurdity being at the Northfield Drive-In wasn't great, but this year is just together, and what could be better than that? Yeah. My name's Phil Korman, and I'm the Executive Director of CISA, Community Involved in Sustaining Agriculture. And for 30 years, every single day, we've worked with hundreds of farms to just give them a leg up to do better in their farming, to kind of keep going and thriving despite our broken national food system. We help them with everything, ranging from writing press releases to adapting to climate change to letting all of you know where you can buy their harvest. And we're also there for all of you every single day of the year when you're wondering, where can I get some Hadley grass? Local asparagus is here right now, and you can find out all about it when you contact us or go to our website. And we're also there to help you if you want to engage about how do you build a local food system that is just and fair, and how do we move government policies to help us do that. Yeah. So I think one lesson we took from the pandemic, and it's not that we didn't know it before that, but it just really emphasized it for us, is that none of the success we have is done without partnerships. And we have a lot of partners in the room today. Could be someone sitting next to you, but don't ask them about their day job. It is the weekend. And through those partnerships, we make more food accessible more of the time to more people. The local food system was there for all of us during the pandemic, and we need to be there for local farms and restaurants as we exit this pandemic. And we've taken that lesson and brought it to Field Notes because we're trying to bring you more stories from more different corners of the community. And we're also trying to make sure that more people hear these stories. So if you're a person where Spanish is your favorite language, in case you didn't see it, you can get a headphone at the CISA table that's in the salon next to the concession stand. Or you might be a person who finds that I mumble, or you can't hear as well in this venue. If that's true for you, we do have English captions that you can access on your cell phone in the program. Excuse me a second. Oh, wait hello?
Hey, Phil, can you remind people to turn their phones off or silence them during the show?
Jacob, I was just about to get to that, okay? That was my coworker, Jacob, in the back there, and he wanted to remind me to tell all of you who are not using your cell phones for English to take a moment now, turn off your cell phones, or at least put it on airplane mode. These folks who are going to follow me are sharing a part of their heart and their lives, and we don't want anything to interrupt that flow. So thank you about that. Being in this building is always amazing for me, and I want to thank the Academy of Music for letting us turn this into our home for today, and I want to thank the amazing staff at the Academy that makes it possible for us to put on this show. And I want to give a special shout out to our business sponsors, and in particular, River Valley Co-op. Today, literally today, is the co-op's 15th anniversary from when they opened their first store 15 years ago in Northampton. And nothing is better than saying their first store because, of course, they have a second store in East Hampton. And isn't that great? Yeah. So my last task here is that I get to pass the baton. And I'm passing it to someone who usually is holding the mic for me. I get to see this person pretty much once a week for almost the last 12 years. And with his help on WRSI and now New England Public Media with Khalees Smith, they bring us the fabulous 413, and we bring you stories from farms, restaurants, advocates, policymakers, and all of you where you can hear them every single week. We've done almost 600 stories. And I used to think, well, this person, he's got kind of a persona, but maybe sometimes I can lead and he can follow. And the only marathon I ever do is once a year, and I walk from Northampton to Greenfield, and I pull this person along. But then I realized, well, what's the name of this event? And the name is Monte's March. Monte, can you come out and be our host? Monte Belmonte.
We could call it Phil's Frolic or something like that. I can't think of such good alliteration. Phil Korman from CISA, everybody. I am Monte, formerly of 93.9 The River, right down the street here in Northampton, and now from New England Public Media. And I am not a storyteller. The people that you're going to hear tonight, maybe they weren't storytellers before tonight either, but they've been working really hard to hone their craft and get these wonderful stories from our farms and our fields and our agricultural community for you. I improvise a lot, but I have no idea what goes into making a story sound like this. I listen to it on The Moth on public radio, like maybe you do too. That's about the closest I come. But I feel like I'm a story gatherer, and I love hearing the stories from our community. And when I made the transition from The River to New England Public Media, one of the several things that I wanted to bring with us was stories from our agricultural community. And the natural partnership with CISA being a part of that was clear in the years I did it on The River, and it's been clear in the short time we've been doing it on New England Public Media. They are called community involved in sustaining agriculture, and they're getting involved. They're getting us involved. They're getting all of you involved. And if it weren't for all of us getting involved, we wouldn't have the kind of vibrant agricultural community that we have here. And I do love hearing and getting to share these stories with our radio listeners every week. Phil had the great idea that for the first episode on the new show, we would combine different parts of the 413 where we live together in one great story. So we told the story about Mi Tierra Tortillas, where there was a great restaurant on Route 9 in Hadley that burned down and is now back, mercifully. But out of the ashes, an idea grew between the restaurateur, Jorge Sosa, and Michael Doctor, the farmer, where they'd take corn from Hadley and Deerfield, and they would turn it into this incredibly delicious and authentic Mexican-style tortilla in a factory in Springfield. Not only were we uniting the farms and fields of the upper part of the valley with the factory in the southern part of the valley, we were uniting a bunch of different people groups all through story and all through food. And it's really my delight to be able to share stories like that week in and week out on the radio with Phil Korman and Jacob and the rest of CISA. Now, the real storytellers are going to come out.
CISA is so honored to bring you these stories about local food and our culture. If you'd like to learn more about CISA's work and our programs, please go to buylocalfood.org. Thank you.